sir.
Thanks for coming up to New York, man. So how did you find out about the gig?
Well, I haven't been to New York since pre-pandemic times.
Yeah.
And just been following, a lot of my friends on Facebook and Instagram. And it's been really great seeing how the Cats have been keeping the music alive in all kinds of creative ways.
Yeah.
Here we are at the intersection of 72nd and Columbus in Manhattan, New York, and some Cats, Evan Sherman and Josh Evans and Stacey Dillard and Saul Rubin, some other great players, are playing on the corner.
Yeah, I'm not lost on the knowledge and irony that we're just right around the corner from Miles Davis.
Right.
And I know those spirits come to mind when you're out here playing.
For sure.
And I like the idea of musicians, just going from city to city, finding out where people have jam sessions. Normally there would be jam sessions in maybe some loft or some area. But to come out and jam right on the street, there's a long tradition of that. And I think you do a pretty good job of it in your hometown of Washington, D.C. Now, tell me about some of the places that you're performing, just basically out on the street to entertain just passersby and to work on your chops. Talk about some of the locations in Washington where you perform.
Yeah, well, I think that's the great thing about these pop-up concerts, whether in D.C. or in New York. In a way, it's a big opportunity to present the music in our own way. It's artists presenting other artists and creating venues for ourselves, essentially. So in DC, we've been doing two different parks, mostly Lincoln Park and Capitol Hill, and Malcolm X Park, the legendary Malcolm X Park. And it's turned into a regular thing because people miss live music. They come to see us every week, almost like it's a regular gig at a venue. We're performing usually for donations, but again, since people are, deprived of this thing they love and miss, they've been pretty generous with tipping, and we have QR codes if people want to, tip virtually as well.
So now you're going to be doing some legitimate gigs here in New York. And I want you to talk about some of those in-club events you're going to be so that people can check you out today.
Yeah, well, when I lived up here, one of the clubs I spent almost every night at till the wee hours of the morning was Smalls Jazz Club. So I'm super excited to be performing there with a great band from Philadelphia, Mike Boone, the bass player, his son Makai Boone on drums, and a pianist named Neil Pogorski. And we're going to be playing almost entirely original music. So we're going to be playing some of my tunes, some of the pianist tunes, tunes by everybody in the band. And it's just an honor to perform in New York, but especially at Smalls Jazz Club, the place that I cut my teeth when I lived here and spent so many hours woodshedding.
So tell me, what time is the gig and what time should people show up?
So because of COVID, the first set is at 6 p.m., which is a live stream only.
Yep.
And then the second set is at 7:30 p.m., and that is for an audience of 15. You gotta reserve tickets in advance. So those are the current guidelines from the city of New York, but I think it's just a good sign that Smalls and Mesro have managed to stay open and that they're pushing through, even given the circumstances.
Well, tell me a little bit about your creativity during this COVID time. Have you been writing tunes? Have you been working on new charts? Tell me about some of the creativity that you've been going through since your downtime or time that you have to reflect.
For sure. I mean, I think usually when I write music, it's because I'm emotionally impacted by something. Needless to say, the pandemic has been emotional. There's been, ups and downs along the way. And so I did start writing some new music, one piece, or a suite of compositions, kind of reflecting the different moments and phases I had during COVID. So the first song I'll be releasing is called The Shock and the Struggle, about those initial moments that we all had collectively as a human race, as a people.
Absolutely.
We all experienced something, together, which is very rare. So, given the circumstances, the song is about those feelings and emotions we all experienced at the beginning of COVID.
So now, what do you think this post-pandemic world is going to look like in terms of the music, the in terms of the culture. What are you looking forward to in 2022 and latter part of 2021?
Well, I'm not too worried about the coming years because, I think the music is going to survive. The venues, sadly, some of them have closed, and it's the nature of venues to come and go, but the musicians are going to keep it alive. I hope the people don't forget what it was like without live music.
Yeah.
That year and some change where there was just nothing. I hope people remember what that was like and don't take it for granted moving forward.
And I think you do a really good job of making sure that people understand that artists are still out here, they're still creating. And I also want to ask you about the idea of not only Elijah Balbed being a very fine musician, but also Elijah being an advocate for the music. And I want you to tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I've gotten deeper and deeper into over the years. I think it's sort of because I've found myself just more passionate about, current events, politics, things that are happening in society. And with that comes, lobbying for and advocating for and speaking on behalf of a lot of the artists who either don't have a voice or some choose not to use their platform in that way. So the older I've gotten, the more I connect my music and my experiences in life, whether it's something happening in my family, something happening in the world, something happening politically, societally, things like that.
Yeah, and some musicians who write wonderful music, like someone like Benny Golson, he said he could write a song about somebody falling over a table. So finding these inspirations for doing songs and the kind of work that you're doing, I really appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
And welcome to New York. I know you're going to turn it out. And Elijah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.